and welcome to another episode of The Rundown, where I am Damian Farr, and tonight we're talking about, well, what I talked about last week, and give you some insight on what I'm thinking about this week. So, it's always subject to change, because something big may happen, but this is what I kind of have in mind so far. So, first off, Star Wars changes. We're going to talk about what I did Wednesday, which was Star Wars changes. They've changed these movies way too much. At least the original three. George Lucas was never satisfied. He did have a quote saying, movies are never finished, they're abandoned, which is true, but at the same time, come on, man. You gotta finish your movie eventually. As somebody who writes scripts to an extent, I feel like that's just garbage. Same with, if you wrote a book, you gotta finish the book eventually, or just make a sequel, and another sequel, and another sequel, and just keep doing that. But, nah, I don't want to get too heated. But I feel like that's something that was a great topic. So, what's coming up this week then? Well, this week I'm hoping to talk about Bad Boys for Life because, well, I want to see that movie. Bad Boys for Life, I feel like is going to be a cool thing to talk about. And then, what happened last night is actually the Screen Actors Guild Awards happened. So, one of the days I'm going to talk about Bad Boys for Life. I'm thinking the Screen Actors Guild Awards first on Wednesday, and then Bad Boys for Life on Friday. The reasoning behind that is, well, the fact of the matter is, the Screen Actors Guild Awards and the Golden Globes and the Oscar nominations all happen around the same time, and it kind of tells you who's going to win Oscars. And obviously, as a guy who wants to host the Oscars in the future, I love talking about them, so I feel like that's the perfect time to talk about them, to be honest. So, I'm going to talk about them all at once. The Oscar nominations were last week, though, to be honest, on Monday. But I feel like this is going to be the best time to talk about them because you got the two, other big movie award shows that happen. And then the nominations right in between them. So I feel like now is the perfect time to talk about them, to be honest. And then, well, what did I talk about Friday? I talked about Leatherheads, which is one of my favorite sports, comedy, football, whatever you want to call it. This and Heaven Can Wait are my favorite sports movies, hands down. So, if you haven't seen Wednesday's episode, it was above me here, and then Friday's episode was just above here. And they'll actually be, coming up right after this where, I show the little, thing. So, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and have a far off night.